Hello and welcome to this freshman e-orientation for the South Asian Studies program. I'm Dr. Rajshree from the South Asian Studies program, and very happy to take your questions. I'm not sure how many questions there are, but if we have a few questions, we can take them on now. If we don't have enough, perhaps I could also, just to kickstart the discussion, and if there are people who have not seen the orientation video, I could sort of talk a little about that. So shall I go live into the question answers first?
Yeah, we have a couple of questions actually already fired up. We have an eager group of freshmen waiting to hear from you. If you allow me, the first question is, what are the types of modules offered in South Asian Studies?
Yes, okay. The speciality of a program is that we are basically a multidisciplinary program. So, we offer an integrated, interdisciplinary education, and I think our modules also reflect that. So we have modules that span through different disciplines, and so you have, for example, a very popular module that we have that is on Bollywood. We have a general education module on South Asia in Singapore. We also have modules on politics that typically are politics heavy. So for example, there's a module I offer on governments and politics in South Asia, or the emergence of contemporary South Asia. Then we have some economics modules, for example, on globalizing India, the politics of economic change, Indian businesses. Again, some that are more anthropological, sociological in their perspective. So these are typically gender and society, or religion and society. We also have one on Tamil literature. So really what you can see is that there's a very broad spread, and you can really pick and choose what you want. And it also helps if you're coming in from different disciplines, because it sort of lends, the program lends itself better, and you can actually study about the region from different angles. Shall I take the next question? Okay.
Yes, please go ahead. Yes.
Are language modules compulsory to major in South Asian studies? Okay, so let me state from the outset that about 99% of our modules are in English. So as such, language modules are not compulsory. They are not a prerequisite. But of course, it could be a positive experience to take a language. And so if somebody is interested in taking either Tamil or Hindi, then you can do that. We have the Center for Language Studies that offer it, but it's not compulsory. It's not a requirement as such. Do I need to have a background in Hindi or any other language to major in South Asian studies? No, you don't. Like I said, taking a language is not compulsory. But if you do want to take it, I might also add here that no prior knowledge of the language is necessary. So you can actually take it up, and you don't really have to know the language beforehand. So it is really meant to also take in the beginners who have no background of the language. You mentioned Bollywood, interesting. I can't see the whole thing. When will we be learning about this? Is there a module?
Is there a module code that I can take note of?
A module code. Okay, I can't remember the module code offhand, but it is our general education module. It's called Framing Bollywood, Unpacking the Magic. In fact, we have a trailer here. So if we have time, I could actually run this past you. It's a very interesting module. Do take it, because Bollywood is becoming very popular. It's probably one of the soft power that India has. It is also interesting because we also have another module that we do, which is on South Asian cinema. So where we also look at other cinemas from other parts of the South Asian countries. But this is really an interesting module because it talks about the various genres of cinema. It talks about how society is also in some ways shifting, because in some ways cinema is a reflection of that. So you can probably look at the module, or you can email me and I can give you the exact code for this module, but this is one of our, the GH module. Okay, job prospects for the major students. Well, I have to say that it's the prospects are very positive. I'm sure all of you are a little worried, but please don't be worried, because I think one of the things that we notice is that we do not have enough experts in South Asian studies, and South Asian studies or South Asia really is an area that is growing. It's going to grow, so there will always be a need for people. So you can typically go for example, academia. So we'll always have departments like ours where we are sort of committed to studying South Asia and teaching students about the region. You also have media, you have journalism, because like I said, this region will only grow in the years to come. You can join the government, you know, the Ministry of Trade, Foreign Affairs, Home. There will always be a need for, you can always work at the South Asia desk, or you can work in consultancies, the National Heritage Board, also some of the MNCs, you know, which of course, as you know, India is growing. There are a lot of MNCs and they're always on the lookout for people who can be part of their management. So if you have a major in South Asian studies, you are very well placed to avail of these opportunities. And Singapore is also taking note of that. So there are going to be many opportunities in the near future. And we know this because a lot of our graduates have been able to find jobs in these various fields.
Next question is, will South Asian Studies SN 1101E be more difficult compared to, for example, Japanese Malay Studies, as it covers a much larger region?
No, not at all. In fact, the South Asian Studies SN 1101E is our flagship module, and really we've tried to keep it sort of interesting and simple, because this is the module where we let you get a flavor of the region, and we sort of explore different facets. And so it's very interesting because we look at things like food, like culture, things that we all can relate to, you know, religion. Again, we have a trailer here, so if there's time, I think we can go into it, because that will give you a sense of what it is like. So I'm not sure what the Japanese and Malay studies are like, but I do know that for the SN 1101E, we really keep it very simple, very interesting, very engaging, so that you can get a sense of what South Asia is like. Okay. Films and culture, will we be able to learn about it in South Asia? Is that the question? Am I reading it correctly?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
So I believe somebody has typed it very quickly. So I believe their question is that if I pursue the South Asian major, will I be able to learn about South Asian film and culture?
Yes, you will. Because like I said, we have a whole module on South Asian. There's also another module we have on visuals and culture in South Asia that is offered. We also have one, like I said, on South Asian cinema. Then of course we have our exposure module. Yes, films and culture will be something that we will be doing very much in the years that you're doing the major with South Asian Studies program.
The next question is, are we referring to field trips to India only? What sort of learning experiences will we encounter?
Well, we have some very interesting programs. So we have what we call these exchange programs that a lot of our students do. And we have these, so for example, not just in India, but we also have it in different parts of South Asia. So we have it in Sri Lanka, we have it in Nepal, Bhutan, we have it in the US, we have it in Europe, Heidelberg University, Berkeley. So it's not just India. You will have hands-on experience, overseas experience, not just to India, but also to other partner institutes that we have that are also talking about South Asian studies. But certainly in India, we have universities like the Ashoka University. We have certain, for example, the Lady Shriram College in India, where one of our students has gone and has also imbibed a lot. So it's not just India, it's also other partner institutes, but certainly India and some other countries in South Asia.
Okay. That it kind of zooms in right perfectly into the next question. Is South Asian studies focused only on India?
No. We are not focused only on India. Of course, India is a big country, so you will find that there will be a lot of emphasis on India. But our endeavor also is to try and study other countries. So for example, in the course that I take on politics and governance, I actually do the whole range of, we do politics and governance in all the countries. So India is not the only country that we focus on. So for example, again, I just mentioned about the cinema, South Asian cinema. We do a course in Bollywood, but we also do one on South Asian cinema, where we can see if there are perhaps some movies that, we can sort of also acquaint you with that are not necessarily only from India. So the answer is no. We do have a lot of modules that are also trying to look into other countries in South Asia. But of course, India is a big country, so you will find perhaps modules a little bit more talking about India, but that doesn't mean that it's solely only focused on India.
Next question. I saw interesting publications made available. Are these the sort of literature we'll be told to read up on or will be covered?
Interesting publications, from where made available on?
I would assume the e-talks or the video recording. Or perhaps the freshman has checked out the website.
Okay, again, need to be a little clear on what publications. I mean, has he seen some course outlines? I'm not sure what it means, but so I need to be a little bit more clear on what these publications are.
Perhaps on the SAS website.
Okay.
SAS website.
There are some books that our faculty have published. So certainly those will definitely be part of the courses if they're teaching those courses. So yes, they will be part of, if that is what he's referring to, yes, they will be covered.
Okay, okay, the next question is, can we pursue an internship as a South Asian study major and where?
Okay, so we can do internships. So there are several places that we can go. For example, we have the Institute of South Asian Studies, which is a think tank. And so some of our students go there to do the internship. Also the Singapore Heritage Board. Also SICI, the Singapore Chambers of Commerce, some of the business houses. So these are some of the places where we have sent our majors and they have all actually enjoyed the experience.
Okay, next question is it advisable to pursue a double major in 2 Asian studies subjects? For example, South Asian studies and Malay studies, or Southeast Asian and Chinese studies. So I presume various combinations of Asian studies majors.
Okay, I may need to check on this one. Perhaps the faculty office can guide you better on this. I don't want to say something which I'm not sure of, but I think this is probably something that the faculty or our department, if you can send an email to me, then I can sort of help answer this.
Okay, so for the individual who's asked this question, the email address, I believe is the same, Radin, fassbox59 at nus.edu.sg. So you could send your specific, more detailed query there, and Dr. Rajshree or somebody from the South Asian Studies major will respond to you. Next question is this: what does Gender and Society module SN2234 cover?
Again, if you send us a query, we can actually send it to the lecturer. So they will be able to give you a better idea. But of course, it is about gender and of course society. But the exact details of what this module covers, perhaps again, if we can get the lecturer, the respective lecturer involved, it might be more useful.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So that's again FASS 59 at nus.edu.sg for the freshman who's asked this question. So you could drop a line there and you'll receive a response.
Yeah.
Next question is this: How is tutorial class like for South Asian studies? Are we talking about small classes?
Yes. We are talking about smaller classes. So you will typically have, depending on the number of students who signed up for a particular course, but we typically have about 10 to 12 students or 15 students, depending on the module. So yes, we're talking about smaller classes. So you will get more individual attention. And it's a very close-knit sort of setup here in South Asian Studies program. So the tutorial classes are really meant for you to be able to ask, clear your doubts, ask any questions, do any presentations. So yes, and that is where I find a lot of bonding takes place because, you know, the students get to know each other. So yes, there are small classes.
Okay, thank you. Next question is this: What are my prospects for postgrad study in SAS?
The prospects, I mean, are they very bright? If you are interested in taking up postgraduate studies in South Asian Studies program, do let us know. We do have a lot of scholarships available. Of course, you'll have to apply for them. So yeah, we would welcome everybody to sort of take it forward. After you do your majors, if you're interested, please do get in touch. So yes, they are very bright because, like I said, South Asia is a growing region. We do anticipate that there'll be a lot of job openings in the future. And of course, if this is a subject that interests you, why not?
And one more question we have here. There is a freshman seminar for your major. What is this about and how will this help me as a freshman?
Sorry, what's that? What is this freshman seminar about?
Yeah.
I note your, sorry, I can't read the whole thing. Am I missing part? No. What does it say?
So at verbatim, what is this freshman seminar about? I notice only your major has this feature. How does this help?
What does that mean? So this freshman seminar that we're holding now is not. So again, I'm not clear on the question because I'm assuming that you've gone through our orientation video, because where we are also talking not just about the majors, but you're also talking about if you just wanted to do. So I'm not clear on the question. Perhaps if I can get some more.
Perhaps it is related to this SN11OE.
SN1101E, that's the exposure module, yeah.
Yeah, Discover South Asia, People, Culture and Development. Yeah. So I believe there's a freshman seminar which is part of this module. Singapore's Little India, a community space.
Okay, I need to know, I don't get the question. So perhaps again, can we query it and I can get the...
Sure. So to the freshman our apologies, to the freshman who's asked this question, you could connect with the South Asian Studies Department, FASS box 59 at nus.edu.sg. Dr. Rajshree, there's another question. What is the kind of assistance given by the South Asian Studies Department when it comes to students who may need guidance in their major modules?
Well, we are really there for all our students. Again, whatever assistance you want. I mean, if it's in terms of scholarships, again, we have a whole department. You can talk to the head of the department. You can talk to the other faculty members. If it is about the particular modules that you sort of seek to take, we are there to help you. So I need to be a little bit more clear on what sort of assistance are you talking about. If it is about ensuring that you map the right modules, what kind of modules you should take to sort of optimize your learning. We're all there as a faculty, so we'll be more than happy to help. If it is financial assistance, then like I said, there are sort of avenues there as well. So if you can, if you just be in touch with us, and we'll be more than happy to help.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Rajshree, looks like the questions have been responded to. We are about 5 minutes out. To the freshmen who've asked these questions, thank you so much for querying about the South Asian Studies program. And Dr. Rajshree, thank you so much for your time. Any parting comments or words of wisdom for our freshmen?
Well,
any final thoughts?
Yes, sure. All I can say is, like I said, this is a very vibrant, a very dynamic region, a region on the rise, and very diverse. So if you take up this, if you come to South Asian studies, you'll see how different the countries are. Very exciting political, economic, cultural histories, and very close to Southeast Asia. So that's where you'll see the connection, the links. And also a region of paradox, if you've seen the video, right, where we have a lot of poverty but a lot of wealth, a lot of potential, and yet power, and yet a region that is still to find itself. And then also something about our program. Like I said, our strength is that we're looking at things from a multidisciplinary perspective. So we hope that will in some ways give you a more fuller understanding of the region, and you have internship opportunities, which will in some ways give you a feel of how do you apply that knowledge outside. So yes, it's a great experience. Please do come on board, and if you're interested in South Asia, it's a great place. If you're not yet, you're not familiar with South Asia, this is going to be a good beginning. Mm-hmm. So we welcome all of them.
Thank you.
Do we have some time for a video, or maybe it's too late? Because I wanted to show them the 1101E exposure module, but if it's too late, that's fine. They can look at it.
We have about five minutes.
Would you can we show it? But if it's too tight, then I leave that to you.
Yeah. Okay. We have it all set up. Thanks to our tech team.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about South Asia? Is it the different festivals, the diverse cultures, the varied landscapes, vibrant colors, Bollywood songs and dances? Or is it about yoga and meditation? Or is it about the chaos among teeming millions, the poverty and unemployment problems, the differences in political ideologies? Well, South Asia is all of these imageries, and of course, much more than that. Welcome to SN1101E, South Asia, People, Culture, and Development. I am Jayati Bhattacharya, your coordinator and lecturer for the module. Why should you read about South Asia? In the new millennium, South Asia has taken significant strides towards globalization under the dominating imagination of the Asia Rising factor. South Asia forms a major link between Southeast Asia and Middle East, Africa and Europe. It is also the meeting place of the two emerging global powerhouses, China and India. From an economic perspective, South Asia is not only a storehouse of a large number of natural resources, but also has potential for huge market opportunities and supply of a range of labor necessities, skilled, semi-skilled, and highly skilled as well. In this module, SN1101E, we try to catch a glimpse of various facets of South Asia through themes like religion, culture, festivals, music, gender, caste, Bollywood, food, and many others. Our attempt is to give you a broad overview of the region and help garner your interest about knowing more about different states, their similarities and differences, diplomatic and cultural relations between themselves, and also with the other parts of Asia and the world. The themes here taught are interdisciplinary, and there are no prerequisites for the module. Now, what are you waiting for? This is the golden opportunity to know more about South Asia. Okay, so see you all at the lecture hall.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajshree.
Thank you.
We saw you in person and on video. What a privilege. Thank you. So we are almost at 4. Once again, thank you. Let me just direct our attendees. So for those of you who have specifically joined the SAS session, please feel free to contact this phone number if you have any queries, or reach out to us via FASS help, FASS help@nus.edu.sg. If you have any specific questions, you can reach out to FASSbox59@nus.edu.sg.